Happy Monday, family. Today, we're stepping into a conversation that goes far deeper than campus tours, brochures, or college rankings. Because when Black students talk about fit, we're not talking about whether the food is good or whether the dorms look cute on Instagram. We're talking about safety. We're talking about belonging. We're talking about identity, affirmation, and whether your child can walk across campus without shrinking themselves to survive. This is episode 3, What Fit Really Means for Black Students. I'm Kris Coleman, your guide, your partner, and your sister girl in the struggle. And I'm so glad you stepped into the room with me today because too often our families are told to choose a college based on prestige, popularity, or pressure. But fit is about something much more sacred. Whether school honors who your child is and supports who they are becoming. During our time together, we're going to talk about how to look past the marketing and see the truth of a campus. We're going to talk about the questions Black families must ask and the signals that tell you a school is safe and the red flags that show up quietly but matters loudly. And we're going to build a definition of fit that centers your child's culture, confidence, and well being. I'm walking right beside you, family. We can do this. We will do this. Let's get started.
Yeah, the journey starts right here, right now. Let's go. Building futures, watching all the dreams grow. With Kris Coleman, your guide. A Fulbright scholar, JD, MBA, and Masters of History. Welcome to the Black Family College Guide. Real-time wisdom side by side. Your roadmap to success with knowledge inside.
When we talk about fit, people love to make it sound simple. They say things like, go where it feels right, or you'll just know, or pick the place that feels like home. But for Black students in 2026, fit is not a feeling. It's not a vibe. It's not a sweatshirt you try on in a bookstore. It's a survival question. It's a success question. It's a will this place protect me, grow me, and graduate me question. And I want to start here with something our elders always understood. Every environment is not meant for you. Every environment is not safe for you. Every environment is not nourishing for you. And every environment that looks good on the outside does not treat you well on the inside. Our people have always had to read the room before we entered it. We always had to sense the energy, the culture, the unspoken rules. We've always had to ask, is this a place where I can breathe? Is this a place where I can be myself? Is this a place where I can grow without shrinking? College is no different. And in 2026, with everything happening in this country, political, social, cultural, Black students cannot afford to choose a school based on prestige alone. They cannot afford to choose a school based on a tour guide's smile. They cannot afford to choose a school based on a brochure with 3 Black students on the cover. They cannot afford to choose a school based on what their friends are doing. They have to choose a school based on truth, based on alignment, based on protection, based on who they are and who they are becoming. So let's talk about what fit really means for Black students right now. Fit is not about whether the campus is pretty. Fit is about whether the campus is prepared for you. Fit is about whether the school has the structures, the culture, the people, and the practices that allow you to thrive, not just survive, not just endure, not just get through, but thrive. And thriving requires more than academics. Thrive requires belonging. Thrive requires safety. Thrive requires representation. Thrive requires support. Thrive requires community that sees you, values you, and invests in you. So when we talk about fit, we're talking about five things: identity fit, academic fit, cultural fit, financial fit, and psychological fit. And each one matters. Each one shapes your experience. Each one determines whether you walk across that graduation stage or whether you come home early, exhausted and discouraged. Let's start with identity fit. Identity fit is whether you can show up as yourself without shrinking. It's about whether you can wear your hair the way you wear it, whether you can speak the way you speak, whether you can ask questions without being labeled, whether you can exist without being the spokesperson for the entire race, whether you can be black without being the black student. Identity fit is about whether the school understands that your identity is not a problem to be managed, but a strength to be honored. Then there's academic fit. Academic fit is not whether the school is good, it's about whether the school is good for you, whether the professors teach in a way that makes sense to you, whether the support systems are strong, whether the advising is real, whether the tutoring is accessible, whether the classes are structured in a way that help you succeed, not sabotage you. Academic fit is about whether the school is prepared to teach you, not just enroll you. Then there's cultural fit. Cultural fit is about whether the school values align with your values, whether the campus climate is welcoming, whether the student body is diverse in meaningful ways, whether the Black community on campus is strong, visible, and connected, whether the school has a history of supporting Black students or a history of ignoring them. Cultural fit is about whether the environment feeds you or drains you. Then there's financial fit. Financial fit is not about whether you can afford the first year. It's about whether you can afford all four. Whether the aid is renewable, whether the costs are stable, whether the school is known for gapping students, whether the financial stress will follow you into your classes, your friendships, your sleep. Financial fit is about whether the school respects your family's reality. And then there's psychological fit. Psychological fit is about whether the school protects your mental health, whether the counseling center is equipped to support Black students, whether the campus has a culture of care, whether the school understands the pressure you carry, not just academically, but socially, culturally, and emotionally. And here's the truth: most students don't think about any of this. They think about the name, they think about the dorms, they think about the food, they think about the gym, they think about the vibe on the tour. They think about sweatshirts they wear on the decision day. But Black students cannot afford to choose based on surface level impressions. Not in 2026. Not in the climate we're in. Not with the stakes this high. So, how do you help your child understand fit in a way that honors who they are? You start by asking different questions. Not, do you like it? But, do you feel seen here? Not, is it pretty? But, is it safe? Not, is it impressive? But, is it supportive? Not, do you feel excited? But, do you feel grounded? You ask, who do you see on campus? You ask, who do you not see? You ask, did you see black students who look like they belonged? You ask, did you see black faculty? You ask, did you see black staff? You ask, did you see spaces where black students gather, lead, and thrive? You ask, did you feel like you could breathe? Because breathing matters. Breathing is the difference between surviving and thriving. Breathing is the difference between feeling like a guest and feeling like a member of the community. Breathing is the difference between staying and leaving. And I want to say this gently but clearly. Sometimes the school your child loves is not the school that loves them back. Sometimes the school they dreamed of is not the school that will protect them. Sometimes the school that looks good on paper is not the school that will feel good in real life. And that's not a failure, that's wisdom. Because choosing a school is not about impressing people, it's about protecting your future. So when you talk to your child about fit, bring them back to themselves. Bring them back to their values. Bring them back to their needs. Bring them back to their truth. Ask them, where will you be supported? Ask them, where will you be challenged in healthy ways? Ask them, where will you be surrounded by people who want you to win? Ask them, where will you feel like you belong? Because belonging is not optional. Belonging is the foundation of success. And when a black student finds a school where they belong, where they are seen, supported, challenged, and celebrated, they don't just graduate. They grow, they flourish, they become who they were meant to be. Our midweek blog gives you a full fit checklist you can use on tours, at admitted student days, and during decision sessions. You can look for that on Wednesday. Hey, thanks for joining me today. I hope something you heard settled in your spirit and gave you exactly what you needed for this moment in the journey. Come back next Monday. I'll be right here, ready to continue the real conversation with you. Bye, y'all.
Yeah, the journey starts right here, right now. Let's go. Building futures, watching all the dreams grow. With Kris Coleman. Check out the blog, new drops every Wednesday. Back next time, don't miss a single day.